Okay, welcome back. We're to the extreme part of this dish. Not really. We're going to do the sautéing of the shrimp. We've already processed all the first part that we did, all the vegetables and the potatoes and the cod. Absolutely. And we've got that perfect, and it's right here. Mm-hmm. And now you're going to do, I guess, the finishing touch.
What we're going to do to finish the dish, our soup is pureed, getting hot. We're going to just ladle it into our bowl with your ladle over there. And we are going to saute our shrimp. For garnish, a little salt. This is Spanish smoked paprika. Give it a little taste. "30 seconds if you want.
Yeah,
ladle
cool.
the soup in there.
That smells good. It's the I don't think I've ever heard of spiced smoked paprika before. I've always thought it just came one way.
No, the smoked paprika is actually being used a lot. Great taste, as you can smell. The smell is fantastic. It gives you sort of two layers of flavor. It gives you the paprika flavor. It also gives you sort of a smoky richness that you don't get a lot.
Yeah.
And I've got a couple things like that here.
Tricks up your sleeve.
I've got some things going on here. So here we go. We're just going to go right in the middle of the soup. Makes an excellent garnish. We're going to finish the soup with a little extra virgin olive oil. A little pinch of paprika, kind of spice it up, and some chives, and that's it.
Dang, that looks good. Now that we've finished the soup, we're going to do the second dish. We're going to start that by sautéing mushrooms. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And what I brought with me today is 3 different kinds of mushrooms. I brought 2 of them here. These are a porcini mushroom. This is a frozen version. It's easier to get any time of the year. It's not nearly as good as the fresh, but we'll do in a pinch. And this is a Japanese maitake mushroom, also called hen of the woods. And this is what I'm really focusing on right now because that's what's in season. I also brought with me just some regular old button mushrooms that I already sauteed up. Again, we have our pan about medium-high. We're going to add some extra virgin olive oil. And we're going to start with our maitakes. In this case, because they are raw, the other ones are pretty much cooked. Get those going. So we have that. We're going to add some of the diced up porcini. And we're going to add in some of the already cut and cooked button mushrooms. Give it some pepper. Another small round of salt. Some thyme. So we cooked our mushrooms, and we're going to reserve them in this bowl here. And set those off to the side to cool down.
Okay.
Step 2, we're going to do a little chicken mousse. This is a very simple technique. You take a boneless, skinless chicken breast, trim it of all its fat and sinew. We are going to dice our chicken up. You want to make sure that your chicken is cold, really cold. Some people actually drop it in the freezer for 10 minutes before they do this.
All right, so we've just thrown that in a food processor.
That's all we've done. Diced it up, nice and cold. Chicken. Salt. And we're going to puree it up. You want to let it run. The more work you get the food processor to do, the less work you have to do.
Right, yeah, very good.
So take advantage of that in this step. And all we're going to do is begin to add a little bit of heavy cream. Now in this step, you don't want to add too much heavy cream or puree it too long.
Okay.
Because what you'll do is you'll turn your heavy cream to butter.
All right.
And that's your chicken mousse. The next step we're going to do, we're going to add our mushrooms and our chicken mousse together. So
it's chicken mousse, and I help.
Absolutely, I'll take that here. And what we're going to do is we're going to add our mousse to our mushrooms and not the other way.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Thank you. We're going to add mousse to the mushrooms. What we really want is the mushroom. The mousse is just there to bind it. Okay? So we have our mushrooms. We're going to add a little bit of chive. We're going to add a little bit of Madeira. Okay? And we're going to begin with a tablespoon of the mousse. I think that should do it.
I'm going to get the other one out of your way.
Please.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. And that should do it. Now, we're not going to taste this because we got the raw chicken in there.
Right.
Now that we're at this step, we are going to make a small cake of this.
So you've got a little square of parchment paper.
Little square parchment, a ring mold. You can do this with, if you were to take a tuna fish can at home and take both ends off with a can opener, you have yourself a ring mold.
Nice.
So,
actually, I've seen people on the show even use PVC pipe.
PVC pipe is
Cleaned
a big one.
you know?
Professionally, I mean, you can run them through the dishwasher in a professional kitchen. If you're baking at home quite a bit or entertain a lot, you know, you can go to the hardware store and they'll cut you pieces. That's actually where I got mine, at my local hardware store.
Yeah.
And they did all the work for me.
And that's nice.
So we made our mold, okay, and that is our mushroom and chicken mousse. We'll call it a patty for all intents and purposes. We're going to put it in the fridge, let it firm up, and then we're going to wrap it in puff dough.
Okay.
And I'll show you how to do that.
All right, so we've taken this out of the fridge now. It's set for about like 10 minutes.
About 10 minutes.
And I'll give it to you. And you've got a puff pastry, and you're going to show us how to put it all together.
Yep. This is just a store-bought puff pastry. What we're going to do is we're going to take 2 rings.
Okay.
And we are going to cut out 2 different size rounds for this. You can, if you have 1 ring, it's not going to hurt. You're just going to have more trim when you're done. All right. So we have our bottom and our top. Our top is actually bigger than our bottom.
For the wrap.
Yep. And so we're going to take our patty, as we called it. Now you want to take your puff dough out of the freezer.
It needs to be malleable.
Has to be malleable, and you're going to want to get that out of the freezer, I would say 10 minutes before you're ready to use it.
Okay.
Don't let it sit out too much longer, or you will find that it becomes too difficult to work with. And so what we've done is we've just wrapped the larger piece over to the smaller piece. Okay. Tried to squeeze out any air bubbles before we tack it down. All right.
Looks like a big giant ravioli.
It is a big giant ravioli of puff dough and mushrooms.
Do you need to vent it?
We are not going to vent this particular piece, but we are going to score the top for presentation.
Okay. Now the scoring part is that when this bakes and the egg wash will make the color change, and this will become distinct a little bit.
The hope is that it's distinct. Sometimes it gets lost.
Yeah.
Sometimes it gets lost in the baking process, but for the most part, it's going to reward you with a really nice presentation. We're going to give it a light egg. This is eggs lightly beaten with a touch of water. Some people add a touch of heavy cream, give it a little more richness. In the baking process, I just thin it with just a smidge of water. And now you don't want to have it draped in egg either. You just want to give it a nice light coating.
Right.
And then we're going to put a little bit of sea salt on top.
Is this ready to go in the oven now, Chef?
That is ready to go in the oven.
All right, and we're going to go there
We're going to go 4 1/4.
4 1/4.
And we're going to check it at 10 minutes.
All right, stay with us. We're going to come back. We're going to bring it out of the oven. We're going to finish it with the sauce, right?
Absolutely.
And then a little special treat for you that we talked about with the lamb. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.